Hello everyone, 'tis the eve of the release of Return to Jurassic Park. I am so excited that starting tomorrow we can go back to the original Jurassic Park and create our own in Jurassic World Evolution. And I figured that the only tour we should be doing on this final day Return to Jurassic Park is to tour this park of mine, which I built quite a while ago. And as you can see, it has the original Jurassic Park logo as the main entry point. As you know, we're going to be looking at a aerial view at the end of the video. I want to look at the park first from the top-down perspective, from the guest view perspective. And yeah, we're just gonna walk around and show what's in this park. And in the meantime, we're gonna geek out about what's coming tomorrow. In this first exhibit, it's a pretty classic exhibit with Stegosaurus and Triceratops walking through each other. That is awesome. I really wish they would fix that. That's my main issue with the game at this point. You're gonna look very different tomorrow. Yeah, and the Triceratops as well. Where did you go? Where'd you go? Who? I thought I saw one come over here. That doesn't matter. And if you want to see me do gameplay videos of the DLC and of course show all of the new additions in Sandbox as well, subscribe to the channel and we can get the most enjoyment out of the DLC together and just hype out about it. I'm trying to figure out which way to go. I think we should just go here. So we could hop onto the monorail, but we're not going to do that. The layout of this park is kind of based on concentric circles. So we had the circular path design at the very start of the park. And then everything around it is just concentric circles with path and exhibits. So we have Jungle Ceratosaurus looking awesome. One of the few good challenge mode skins. So they're pretty narrow exhibits, but I think it's a pretty interesting use of the space. Here we have a Carnotaurus having a whiff. We have a couple of buildings throughout this. I guess it's kind of like an elongated public square. We have viewing galleries. We can see the tour coming by. This is one of my favorite things to do, actually, to have the tour trucks come right by the fence, because I think it looks really interesting. You know, if you were a guest in a park, that'd be cool to watch and think to yourself, hey, I wanna sit in that vehicle and have that experience. In this exhibit, we have beautiful Mamenchisaurus. We have a Apatosaurus. We have a big tree on a little island. I think there's more stuff in here. I think there's also Gallimimus in here. Yep. There you go. Ooh. Flying through. So we have viewing galleries, you know, the usual stuff, the amenities, people pointing at nothing. By the hotel, you know, the hotel has a nice little entrance lined with palm trees, and right by it. Maybe not the best choice for an exhibit right by a hotel, because they are very noisy, but this is the Hadrosaur exhibit with a couple of Parasaurolophus and Corythosaurus having a blast, singing a song, a merry little tune. So we can go in between these spots. And Ankylosaurus, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, Pachycephalosaurus, I thought I heard you. Spinosaurus back there, but we should continue like this. Nice look at the Pachycephalosaurus. Oh, we're not supposed to be here. Sorry. This is a nice little garden for guests to walk around in. If my memory serves me well, this exhibit is for the Velociraptors, which are also going to look very, very different tomorrow. I really love the look of this exhibit because it's so overgrown, you can't really see anything, and it's kind of scary, you know, what's gonna come out of the bushes. Is there really something in there, or has it escaped? I think that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can spot one of the creepy so-and-sos. I would not advise hopping into an enclosure with Velociraptors. Yeah, this just looks so good. Seriously. This looks creepy. Whoa. Whoa. Well, we found one. This reminds me of the video I did for Halloween, where I kind of walked around first-person style. It gave me the same sort of creepy feelings. Rexy, another dinosaur that is gonna get a nice facelift tomorrow. Cool Spinosaurus. Some people are upset that the Spinosaurus isn't getting any changes, from what I've heard. I don't really know if that's true or not. Meaning to say, I don't know if people are genuinely upset about it, or whether or not it's true that he's not getting any changes. Where's the berry? There he is. But for me, the Spinosaurus is pretty... It's pretty screen accurate, you know? I don't think they could have done much better. I think he's... Whoa. I think he's really cool. You can stop now. There you go. You can stop panicking. He's done. Moving on. We're spending a little bit more time with the dinosaurs this tour because the park itself is pretty simple. Like I said, it's just concentric circles, basically. Yeah, let's go this way. I don't think we're gonna take the tour, but we are going to pop into the exhibit so I can show you kind of how it's laid out. Because the exhibit... this is sort of the back half where the Gallimimus were supposed to hang around, because I initially only placed the medium herbivore feeders here, and I was hoping the Gallimimus would then stay over here, but they wandered over into the other exhibit. He's gonna come back now. Yeah, they kept wandering over here, so I had to accept that. So it's kind of, you know, it's a kind of two-part exhibit. This one is more overgrown, more dense with foliage, making the start of the tour a little bit more mysterious. And then you come through this opening in the fence, and it really opens up. You see the volcano, you see the sauropods, you see a nice lake, and it's just a really nice open feel. You see a Mamenchisaurus lumbering over a hill. The monorail also perfectly follows the curve of the path. We're gonna see this all much better from the top-down view in a second. We don't need to go through here. I think this is the back half of the Carnotaurus exhibit already. We're gonna go further back and we're gonna look at the Allosaurus. In here, I always make the Allosaurus like a little bit more of an arid exhibit. And I think I didn't do it this time. Yeah, I think this is woodland, probably. I usually go for the arid Allosaurus and then give him like an arid environment. Ooh, here comes the monorail train. We're not supposed to go here, but I'm just gonna hop over briefly. This wonky path goes all the way to the park entry point, and of course goes back here where, as always, I have set up my... Oh, wow, this path is crazy. Yeah, back here, as always, I've set up my creation labs and the ACU center. This is a problem. Someone has escaped. What are you doing? This is an issue. Okay. Because, yeah, Oh. Oh. Yeah, he probably came through here. Oh! Oh, that genuinely scared me. I didn't think he was this far already. I genuinely jolted in my seat at that. That was so stupid. Oh my god. Oh, I'm such a girl. It can camouflage. So yeah, these guys can basically just wander in and out of their paddock whenever they want. I think I only incubated these guys to get the dinosaur rating up. Why is my frame rate so low? That's weird. Let's just go up and have a proper look at the park and the logo path design that pretty much started it all. So here you can really see the circles that I was talking about. Let's speed this up. Getting this sign right... Whoa, sorry about that. Getting this sign right was kind of tricky. I had the most trouble with the letters. I'm not really good with fonts. I mean, I can... My own handwriting is barely legible. So that was the biggest struggle for me, and I pretty quickly figured, you know, I'm not even going to spend that much time on getting this right, because I can't. You know, I'm just accepting my own shortcomings. The logo, it all was pretty easy to do. The only thing that was hard, quote unquote, meaning to say it took time and a bit of luck, were the teeth. Because you can see they're pretty sharp at this point. They weren't at the start. At the start, I basically just made like a squiggly line for the jaws. But then it sort of looks like he had lost his dentures or something. It was really weird. So then I started to play around with how the path tends to clip into each other when you're using different path types, which normally is something you don't want. You don't want the path to clip in ugly manners. But in this case, what I discovered, I think this was the first one that happened by accident, and I was like, whoa. That looks like a tooth. We can do something with that. So I tried to replicate this, but this one still looks the best. I guess these are pretty good as well. This one, not so much, but I did my best. So yeah, he has a little bit of bite, and that was just through trial and error, trying to figure out which way the paths would clip in a way that would be sort of mimicking the look of teeth. And I'm not dissatisfied with it. What I am dissatisfied with is how this little claw came out. This looks so pathetic. And this hand looks a little bit effeminate, I'd say. Like, I don't know, a little bit limp-wristed. But overall, I think this is the best I could do at this size. I think if you go bigger, with the square design, like just starting with a bigger circle, you can obviously get more detail in, but I didn't want to make it absolutely enormous. So yeah, I did the best I could, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. You know, some clipping worked out in my favor, some of it did not, like here. The spine is a little bit iffy as well, but yeah, not to blow my own horn or anything, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And then, you know, I knew I had to make a park around it. So I came up with this concentric circle design with two of the circles being a little bit more prominent and more thick with double C. And then this thin path in between, you know, just to keep the transport rating high. Let's see if we can get a full view of the park. Can I zoom out further? No, I cannot. So yeah, that's it. I'm really happy with how this park turned out. It's been a long time since I was here. I should go back and check when I made this park. I updated it since they added the placeable trees. Or did I make it after the placeable trees were added? That's also a possibility. Because this looks pretty purposeful that I left this space. I'm rambling at this point. It doesn't matter, but it's been a while since I've been to this park. But I really like how it looks. I had a lot of fun making it. As always, people always ask me this. How long did it take you to make this? Every single one of my sandbox parks, no exception, was either built in a single afternoon or in a single evening, because that's the only times I can play, either in the evening after I come home from work and I've had my dinner, or on a Sunday or Saturday afternoon. So every single park was built in either 4 to 6 hours, no longer than that, because once I start a park, I want to finish it. I'm too obsessed to let it go. So that's how long it takes, every single one of them. So, tomorrow, the release of Return to Jurassic Park. Finally, we've all been waiting for this since the leak first turned up. And it's going to be awesome. I'm pretty convinced of it. High expectations at this point, which might be the downfall of us all. But how can we honestly help it at this point? Oh, we should look at the, speaking of ratings, we should look at what the guests rate the park. So we're gonna exit capture mode and look at these. So we have 53 dinosaurs, great variety. Okay, well there. 6,527. This is also, it's not great. It's not the best park, but you know, we're at 5 stars and that's all that matters. And there you go. That's the map view. It looks like we've seen every exhibit. Oh, we skipped the Dilophosaurus. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit worried about these guys wandering out of their exhibit again, but that should be fine. Let's go to these guys briefly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you will join me tomorrow to discover the original Jurassic Park, finally in Jurassic World Evolution. And yeah, until next time, enjoy the game.